EGM Network.
This is Martha Matters. From real estate, healthcare, current events, taxes, or just about any topic, we're talking about it. Call us with any questions on just about any subject. Now, here she is, Martha!
Well there, hi, and happy holidays and Happy New Year and Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah to all of us. Boy, that's a mouthful, isn't it? Yes, people really feel good about what's going to be happening, and I hope we're not disappointed. We will see when the new year comes. But right now, I want to set the story straight on Venezuela, and it's not a war. A war takes two sides to fight and get their ammunitions together, and that's not happening. Trump is doing what even Obama did during his presidency, put out a couple of skirmishes and went ahead with it using the military, and that was perfectly acceptable. And it should be acceptable this time too, because from Venezuela, not that they're the only ones, China has contributed to it, and so has Russia and Iran. But the center for all the distribution of fentanyl, a good 90% of it is coming directly, being shipped from Venezuela. And Trump is putting it to a stop. And you're worried about killing one terrorist. Meanwhile, this fentanyl is killing 200,000 plus, and we don't know how much plus. It may be 300,000, maybe more. We only know about some of the reported deaths has been over 200,000 of all ages, but most of the ages are the young people from teenagers right through to the age of 40, what we call the future of America. And we're not talking about killing people who are already drug addicts on heroin, cocaine, and everything else. We're talking about people who say, "Oh, I'm hungry. Do you have a mint for me?" And someone would reach in their pocket and take out what looked like a blue M&M and take it, and they instantly died. So we're not talking about continuous people who have been on drugs, especially heroin and some of the others. We're talking about somebody who just popped something to suck on. And that is it. And it's the first and only time, and they died a matter of minutes later. We've got to make it clear on that. There may be some drug addicts, I'm not saying there aren't, but a big percentage of naive people who just wanted to pop a mint in their mouth. They didn't have any bubble gum handy or anything like that.
Another thing, too, Martha, I remember when we were all going through, and hopefully not as much now, the oxycodone and that, that the police, EMTs, those kind of people that are on the front lines of trying to fight all these drug epidemics said the fentanyl is going to be 1,000 times worse than what the oxy ever thought of being. And that seems to be what's happened because of what you're saying as well. People just, hoodwinking somebody else, or, like we always talk about, the roofie somebody at a bar, or that's what you're having with this too, as well as the street drug aspect of it.
That's correct. And we're talking about people who may have been very focused. They could be A+ students, or even average students. You don't know how they're going to turn out. Sometimes they get motivated and they're better than ever.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what happened with the oxy too. That was a lot. That was prescription drugs that just went haywire.
It's really a shame.
It is.
So most Americans, we're talking both parties, bipartisan, they're from the moderate Democrats to the moderate Republicans and independents, they are in favor of cracking down on Venezuela. Remember, we're not fighting any of the people. We're fighting only Maduro's regime and his people sending oils to all of our enemies. So we're not fighting the country and blowing up houses or housing or anything like that. This is very, very a focused procedure, just like taking out the nuclear locations in Iran. It's not a war by itself. It's a procedure to get one item done, and it's not meant to attack or kill the natives or anything like that.
Yeah, I watched a news interview the other day, and it was pretty interesting, some of the questions that did get answered. And one of the things is they're like, why can you actually do this to a ship in the ocean? And they said, the legal person said, because it was flying not even a regular recognized flag. That's one thing. And some of the other maneuverings and stuff that it was doing, don't quote me. I don't know. I can't remember exactly what they said, but a lot of the stuff is legal. And you're right, Martha. That's what they were talking about. This is going to take a while to get the regime in order, changed, whatever the outcome you want it to be, but it isn't about having boots on the ground.
Right.
That's not what it's about at all.
Not at all.
No. And people try to manipulate that kind of conversation to keep pushing it, saying
even Fox comes out. Do you think we're going to have boots on the ground? That shouldn't even be mentioned.
Right.
We're not even discussing that.
Right. And they did in this interview talk with some of the people on the street in Venezuela. And the two that I remember, it was two gentlemen. The one guy said, we don't even know what we just live day to day, hour to hour. We don't even know what's ever going to happen in this country, how bad it is.
I believe that.
Right. So there's people that are living there. I mean, are those staged interviews? I mean, I hope that they're not. And, you never know in this day and age. And the other person was just like, they were so despondent about what has happened to their country. Was an older gentleman. He's like, I don't even know how to live any longer. So who wants to live like that?
They want to change, but they have fear that it may or may not be better, but they certainly don't want what they have.
Right. And that's what he was saying, yeah.
Absolutely. And I've really got to say this bit of what they're trying to pull, this isn't legal to blow up the ships. Well, these oil tankers that Venezuela is releasing into international waters, they aren't even registered. All the tour boats we have, all the shipping containers we have, everything is licensed and registered with expiration dates and inspections and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
These boats have nothing. They didn't register with anybody, no international agency. They didn't even notify international police. Nothing. It's totally illegal, these ships. And so we have every right to stop them and blow them up. Same with these smaller boats. There isn't one registration, one license involved. And we're worried about one person on the boat being killed, and some of those people are even terrorists that came from Al-Qaeda, and now a break-off of Al-Qaeda, like Alibaba. and ones like that.
Yeah, well, nobody wants to see anyone get killed. I mean,
Right, no.
across the board, I don't care who they're aligned with.
Right.
You know, it's a human being. But at the end of the day, what's the end motive of all this stuff going on? It has to stop. You can't be killing all these other people.
One person's being killed to prevent a multi-million-dollar shipment of fentanyl into the United States that will kill hundreds of younger people.
Right.
And many of those people, like I said, are really focused, ambitious, deserving Americans. They just, they in a dark theater, they say, "Oh, I have something you can chew on," and then they give them a tiny little blue pill, and they don't even look to see what color it is because it's in the dark. There are all kinds of nasty things like that happening, which Trump is trying very hard, but internationally and bipartisan. The overwhelming majority of Democrats and Republicans want to see the fentanyl stopped. And they either know somebody, if not a distant family member, that's been subject to fentanyl and is very, very upsetting.
Right. Well, like I said, look what happened with the oxycodone thing. I mean, it destroyed whole towns.
Yes.
I mean, and we're still not out of it.
You're absolutely right.
So this is even if the police and the EMTs are saying this is like, you know, no pun intended, oxy on steroids, what kind of a mess do we have? You have to stop it. There's no question that you have to do whatever you can to stop it. It's just hellacious.
And even if you're not after illicit, but you go through depression for whatever, whether it's post-traumatic stress syndrome or whether it's from brain injuries or anything else, be very, very careful of the amount of methamphetamine that you take. They give that to calm people down so they don't have a temper and will do bad things. But if you have a body buildup of methamphetamine in a split second, they can suddenly change and be a killer where they were as calm as can be before.
So not fentanyl?
Well, that's in addition to fentanyl.
Okay. That's
separate. Or if the two are together, forget it. You'll never see how methamphetamine works because the fentanyl works so fast, in a matter of minutes, you're dead. So, but be very, very careful of any medications you take. While I have this moment to say that. Blood pressure medications are different. I'd say more than half the population over the age of 60 is on some sort of blood pressure medication. If you follow the doctor's orders and don't overdo it or anything else, that seems relatively safe. I'm not saying all drugs, but when you do combination of different sedatives, antidepressants of any kind, watch out.
Yeah.
But today we only have time to really talk about the number one, fentanyl.
And it's been going on for a while, too.
Yes, it has.
Sadly, it's been going on for a while.
It's been going on, I'd say, for a decade at least. But it's really mushroomed to every town in the country, not just the cities, not just New York and California. It's reached all 50 states, in all villages and all communities.
Yeah.
That's how bad it's gotten.
Right. And you know, as not necessarily across the board being used as an illicit drug, because certainly, like you say, I mean, these drugs, that drug, Oxy, was as well used in a medical setting. And the power that it gives is on the power that it has for the for the properties that it is unbelievable. The same as Oxy was. It just keeps
Right,
going up and
right,
up, and
right.
the viability of getting addicted to it is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really bad
Yes,
scene.
for
It
a
is.
while, this doctor that we have in Vero Beach that went to jail,
Right.
Benjamin, he even had farms of growing fentanyl in Michigan that he owned, and he prescribed very, very small amounts of fentanyl to people who had stage 4 terminal cancers and were feeling very uncomfortable
Right.
and in pain. And for about the last, maybe 3 or 4 weeks of being alive, when they know they were going to die, cancer was in every single organ in the body and even reached the brain and everything. They gave them smaller amounts of fentanyl to keep them happy and mostly sleeping 90% of the time. So if the family wanted to get some signatures and things done the last minute, they could do it. But there's very, very little of that works. And medically, there are some procedures in all the hospitals. They use maybe, I don't even know, like a thousandth of a gram or something of fentanyl if they want to keep you calm and awake while they do the procedures.
Well, it has its purposes. That's
Yes.
like anything. I mean, when we talk about just about any subject, it's got its purposes, but it's the abuse
It's the abuse
that destroys the whole thing.
the abuse and not knowing the dosage levels and everything else. You can die instantly. It's such a shame. And so we're glad we're working on Venezuela. We're not taking over the country. We're not taking over the people. So we're going to take a quick break, and I have some more information for you. Stay with us.
Create your restful retreat and save 50% now on all Tommy Bahama and Lexington furniture during the Home for the Holidays event at Sunshine Furniture. Sophisticated looks with a mix of coastal and Caribbean styles, Tommy Bahama offers everything you need for your personal paradise and is all half price. At Sunshine Furniture, we have the largest selection of in-stock coastal and casual sofas, love seats, chairs, slipcover sofas, bedroom dining, and occasional furniture from Four Seasons, Capri, Best Chair, Hooker, and Riverside. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have any style of patio furniture that you need, including a gallery of Made in America, Berlin Garden, Pollywood, Woodard, Lloyd Flanders, and Telescope. We specialize in replacement cushions, umbrellas, and fire pits. Come in now for our Home for the Holidays event and winter sale. Don't forget to visit our outlet and sales center directly across the street, Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Big news, Treasure Coast. Your favorite mortgage team just got even better. Introducing the same trusted faces you know and love, now with Union Home Mortgage.
Hi, this is Shannon Pohl.
Hi, this is Lucy Cranker.
And these high-producing team members bring decades of experience, unwavering honesty, and hearts of gold to every home loan. And here's the best part. Same local processing, underwriting, and appraisers you rely on. Contact Union Home Mortgage.
Visit us online at shannonCpohl.com
And LucyCranker.com.
Vero Beach is out and alive. Music's playing, people are dancing, the dance floor is packed. It's the Sunset Saturday Concert. Fun and free for all on Ocean Drive. With live music by Johnny and the Blaze, food, wine, and beer. Presented by GHO Homes, Vero Beach Chamber of Commerce, Sunshine Furniture, and Mulligan's Beach House. The Sunset Saturday Concert. Saturday, January 10th at 5 p.m. at Hummerston Park on Ocean Drive, Vero Beach. Now that's the life.
Well, hi there, and welcome back. Yes, I am glad that we're putting a stop to the fentanyl. Indirectly, that includes halting shipments to Europe and China and other places. And believe it or not, the ones that count on Venezuela sending them oil is Cuba. Mm-hmm. And we're not sending the oil to anyone, including Cuba. So that regime may fall on its own also. I don't know. But by taking care of Venezuela, we're taking care at the moment of the major fentanyl distribution center. And that is important for the good of the entire world, including the United States, but not limited to us. There are other people that aren't strong enough to fight it, and by stopping the production, we are really helping all of mankind, literally.
Mm-hmm. They said that, too, in the interview that I watched, that the U.S. has got the strongest army in the world, and so if you're going to go up against that, when they were talking about getting boots on the ground, keep pushing the issue that it's going to be boots on the ground, and the person said, well, right, it is the strongest army, Navy, Marine, the military presence in the world, but that's not what they're using it, but still it's there in case you need it.
That's right.
In other words, you're going to either toe the line or, you are going to have to answer for this.
Yeah.
But they don't want to do that. I mean, this is supposed to be more of a...
No, because the people, if anything, are secretly in favor of what we're doing.
Right.
They just don't know how to get Maduro out of there.
Right.
So that's really, really good news. And also, if you remember, we already have our Nobel Peace Prize winner who's talking to Trump and saying Trump should have gotten it, but he'll get it next year. And they are working together on a very peaceful regime change and bringing the middle class back to Venezuela like they used to have. And that's basically what they want. They know what they used to have, and it's a lot better than what they have now. So the public is all behind it. The boots on the ground is ridiculous.
Yeah, and people that live here that have immigrated from Venezuela say the same thing. Mm-hmm. I remember when my country was so-and-so, I wish I still could live there. Mm-hmm. But for the last umpteen years, I mean, it goes back to Chavez. They were talking about that and on back. I mean, you haven't been able to.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah. So the third... To bring us up to date, there was a third major tanker with an illegal flag and, of course, not registered from Venezuela that we stopped. And all I can say is pretty soon he's going to run out of getting money.
Yeah.
Trump will say he's losing his oxygen. But the truth is they're losing their only source of income. And I hope Maduro, if he wants to live, should be planning an exit strategy to Russia or China or Iran, wherever he wants to go, if he wants to stay alive. But staying in Venezuela is not in his future. So we've got to stay put with all of this and see what happens. But what pleases me the most, if anything about this can be pleasing besides solving the fentanyl problem, it's that this is one issue that is amazingly bipartisan.
Right, it is. Yep.
And maybe that is the first step on getting us back to a true Democratic Party, not a socialist communist party. So I feel good. Have a great time with the rest of the holiday, and Happy New Year.